The next time you finish a bunch of celery from the grocery store, stop before you throw the bottom out. That short white stub at the base of the bunch, the part most people slice off and toss into the bin, is one of the easiest, fastest, and cheapest food crops you can grow in your own home. You don't need a garden, you don't need soil, you don't need a hydroponic kit, a pump, an air stone, a grow light, or a single bag of compost. What you need is one empty plastic bottle, a little water, and about 5 minutes of work. What I'm going to walk you through today is one of the most overlooked tricks in small space food growing. Turning a recycled plastic bottle into a working hydroponic system that grows fresh celery on your windowsill, your kitchen counter, or a tiny apartment balcony. The method goes back further than most people realize. It's a simplified version of what's called the Kratky method, developed by Dr. Bernard Kratky at the University of Hawaii in the 1990s. A passive form of hydroponics that needs no electricity, no moving parts, and almost no maintenance. The plants do their own work. You just set the system up and let it grow. And there's something quietly satisfying about it. The bottle in your hand was about to become trash. The celery base in your hand was about to become trash. Put them together with a little water and a few weeks of patience, and you've got fresh, crisp, food-safe celery growing in your kitchen for absolutely nothing. That's the whole point of small space self-reliance. You're not buying your way to a garden. You're recovering it from things you already own. Stick with me through to the end, because in the last few minutes I'll walk you through one detail that most online tutorials get wrong. And that's the difference between a setup that produces healthy, crunchy celery and one that quietly fails after about 3 weeks. It comes down to one specific change to the bottle that costs nothing to do and that almost nobody mentions. But first, let's talk about why celery is the right plant for this. Celery is what's called a leafy green crop, and leafy greens are the easiest category of plants to grow hydroponically. They don't fruit, they don't flower for harvest, and they thrive on consistent moisture and steady nitrogen. Exactly the conditions a passive hydroponic bottle creates. Celery in particular has a habit that makes it almost magical for this method. The plant naturally regenerates from its base. When you cut a head of celery off about 2 inches above the root, that remaining base contains a living growth point. Submerge it in water, give it a few days of light, and it will start pushing fresh stalks and leaves from the center within a week. You're not really starting from scratch. You're picking up where the plant left off. The traditional way to grow celery from seed takes between 120 and 140 days from sowing to harvest. That's a 4-month commitment, which is why a lot of home gardeners never bother with it. The bottle method we're about to set up cuts that down to about 3 to 5 weeks, because you're starting with a plant that's already partly grown. You're not waiting for a seed to germinate. You're waiting for a living root system to wake back up. That's a fundamentally different timeline. There are 2 ways to do this, and I'll walk you through both. The first is the regrow method, using the base of a celery bunch you bought from the grocery store. This is the fastest, easiest version, and it's the one I'd start with if you've never tried hydroponics in your life. The second is the seed method, sowing celery seeds into the same kind of bottle setup. That version takes longer, but it gives you full-sized heads of celery rather than the smaller regrowth you get from a base. We're going to focus mostly on the first method today, because it's the one that gets people their first successful harvest fastest. And once you've grown one round of celery this way, the seed version becomes obvious. The materials you need are almost embarrassingly simple. We'll cover those next, along with the exact step-by-step build. Here's everything you need to put this together, and almost all of it is sitting in your house right now. A clean plastic bottle. The size that works best is a 1.5 to 2 liter soda or water bottle, a regular Coke bottle, a Pepsi bottle, a large water bottle from the supermarket. Bigger bottles hold more water and need refilling less often, which matters for a plant that takes 3 to 5 weeks to grow. Wash the bottle out thoroughly with warm soapy water, rinse it, and remove the label completely. The label has to come off, and we'll come back to why in a few minutes. A celery base from the grocery store. When you buy a head of celery for the kitchen, instead of cutting 2 inches off the bottom and tossing it, cut about 3 inches off and keep it. You want a clean, fresh base with the bottom intact. The pale circle on the underside is where the new roots will form. Don't trim that off. A small amount of growing medium to anchor the base in place. The traditional choices in hydroponics are perlite, clay pebbles, or rock wool. None of those are essential for this build. A handful of clean small stones from your garden, a few crumpled pieces of unprinted brown packing paper, or even a small wad of clean cotton fabric will work to hold the celery base upright. You're not feeding the plant through the medium, you're just giving it physical support. A pair of scissors or a sharp knife. That's it for tools. And finally, the water. Tap water is fine in most regions, though if your local water is heavily chlorinated, leave it sitting in an open container for 24 hours before using it. The chlorine evaporates off, and your plant won't notice it was ever there. If you can use rainwater or filtered water, even better, but it's not required. Now the build. Lay the bottle on its side and cut it cleanly in half, around the middle, just below where the curve of the upper section meets the straight wall. You're going to end up with two pieces, a top half that looks like a funnel with the cap still on, and a bottom half that's a simple cup. Set the bottom half aside as your reservoir. Take the top half, flip it upside down, and screw the cap on tight. The cap is now sitting at the bottom of the funnel. With the tip of your scissors or the point of a sharp knife, poke or drill a small hole, about ½ inch across, through the center of the cap. This is the channel that will let the celery's roots reach down into the water. Now invert the funnel, cap down, opening up, and set it inside the bottom half of the bottle. The funnel sits there like a basket inside the cup. Fill the bottom reservoir with clean water until the water level reaches just up to the cap, touching the bottom of where the celery base will sit. Place a thin layer of your chosen growing medium, the small stones, the cotton wad, the crumpled paper, into the funnel section to give the celery base something to rest on. Then sit the celery base, root end down, into the funnel so the bottom of the base is in light contact with the water through the hole in the cap. That's the entire build. Top section as the planting cup, bottom section as the water reservoir, celery base sitting at the dividing line where root meets water. Place the whole thing somewhere it gets 4 to 6 hours of bright indirect light a day. A sunny windowsill works perfectly. A balcony rail that gets morning sun and afternoon shade works just as well. Don't put it in harsh, direct afternoon sunlight. Celery is a cool weather crop, and it bolts or turns bitter when temperatures climb above the mid-70s Fahrenheit, which is around 24 degrees Celsius. The ideal range for celery is closer to 15 to 22 degrees Celsius, or around 60 to 72 Fahrenheit. Most kitchen windowsills and balconies in the US and across Europe sit naturally in that range for most of the year. Within 3 to 5 days, you'll see the first signs of life. The center of the celery base, the small pale rosette at its core, will start pushing out new green shoots. Within a week, those shoots will be visible and lengthening. Underneath, where you can't see, the base will be sending fine white roots down through the cap hole into the water. By the end of the second week, you'll have recognizable young celery stalks growing upward and a healthy root system below. For the first week or two, plain water is enough. The celery base has stored energy of its own, and it'll spend that energy putting up the first round of new growth. After that point, the plant needs nutrients to keep going. This is where most home gardeners get nervous because they assume hydroponic nutrients have to be expensive lab chemicals. They don't. We'll cover that. And the one mistake almost every tutorial gets wrong, in the last part. For nutrients, you have two practical options. The first is a small bottle of all-purpose liquid hydroponic nutrient, the kind sold at most garden centers, on Amazon, or at any decent hydroponics supplier. Brands vary by region, but any product labeled for leafy greens or lettuce will work. The single bottle costs under $15, or about 10 pounds, and it lasts you roughly 2 years of celery and salad growing because you only need a few drops per refill. Mix according to the bottle's instructions, but for celery, aim for a slightly weaker solution than the label suggests for the first 2 weeks of growth, and the full recommended strength after that. Stalk firmness improves when you push the nutrients a little higher in the second half of the grow cycle. The second option is a homemade approach that costs you almost nothing. A pinch of high-quality balanced organic liquid fertilizer, fish emulsion, seaweed extract, or a worm casting tea, diluted heavily into the bottle's reservoir works for celery in a passive system, though you'll need to refresh the water more often than with a clean hydroponic mix because organic liquids cloud and ferment faster. Start with about 1 teaspoon of fish emulsion or seaweed extract per liter of water, and watch how the plant responds. What you should not do is dump kitchen scraps, banana peels, or eggshells directly into the bottle. They rot, they smell, and they introduce bacteria that turn your clean reservoir into a small swamp within a few days. Liquid feeds only. Now, the one detail almost every online tutorial misses, and this is where setups that should work quietly fail somewhere between week 2 and week 3. The clear plastic bottle that makes this whole project possible is also the single biggest threat to it. When sunlight hits a transparent reservoir filled with nutrient-rich water, you've created an ideal environment for algae. Within 10 to 14 days, you'll see green slime forming on the inside of the bottle, coating the roots and clouding the water. The algae itself isn't toxic, but it competes directly with your celery for the nutrients in the solution, and a heavy algae bloom will starve the plant before you realize what's happening. Most beginners blame the celery, the water, or the method. The actual culprit is light hitting the reservoir. The fix takes 30 seconds. Cover the bottom half of your bottle, the reservoir section, so no light reaches the water. The simplest method is to wrap it in a piece of aluminum foil, taped in place. A sleeve of black duct tape works equally well. Painting the outside of the bottom half with any opaque paint also works. So does sliding the bottle into a brown paper bag with the top torn off. The principle is the same in every case. Block the light, kill the algae before it starts. Leave the top half of the bottle clear so light still reaches the celery and its leaves. It's a 15-cent fix that genuinely separates a successful build from a failed one. A few other small habits will make this work better. Top the water level up every 4 to 7 days as the plant drinks it down. Don't let the reservoir run dry. Celery is thirsty and it doesn't recover well from drought stress. Once a month, empty the bottle, rinse it out, and refresh the water and nutrients. If the water ever starts to smell stale or look cloudy beyond what algae would explain, change it sooner. Trim any outer stalks that yellow or wilt. The plant will redirect that energy into healthier growth from the center. Within 3 to 5 weeks from setting up the regrow, you'll have a fresh round of crisp, fragrant celery stalks ready to harvest. Cut the outer stalks first, leave the center to keep producing, and you can pull a steady supply from the same plant for several weeks before the base finally exhausts itself. At that point, you start over with a new base from your next grocery shop. The cycle repeats indefinitely. 1 bottle, 1 base, 3 to 5 weeks. Fresh celery from a kitchen windowsill, grown for nothing. Here's what I want you to take from this, because it goes beyond celery. The food industry has spent decades convincing all of us that growing your own food requires space, soil, equipment, expertise, and a real garden. None of that's true at the most basic level. A clean bottle, a piece of vegetable most people throw out, a little water, and a windowsill is a working food system. It's not going to feed a family of 4, but it's going to put fresh, crisp, chemical-free celery in your kitchen for the price of doing nothing. And once you've done it once you've watched a piece of grocery store waste push out new stalks and feed you again, something shifts in how you think about the rest of the food in your house. The next vegetable you look at differently is the lettuce, then the green onions, then the herbs. The whole apartment kitchen starts to look like a small, quiet garden. If this gave you something useful, if you're already eyeing the celery in your fridge differently, drop the word "grow" in the comments below. It tells me which of you are setting one of these up this week, and it helps the video reach other people who've been told they can't grow food because they don't have a garden. They can. They just need a bottle. Hit the like button while you're at it. Tell me in the comments if you're starting with a regrow base or with seeds, and which window in your house gets the best afternoon light. I read every one, and I'll see you in the next one.